Well, the headline story coming into today's show, the Buffalo Bills yesterday, live local late breaking on this show, firing their head coach, Rex Ryan, before they take on the New York Jets on Sunday, avoiding, I guess, what would have been a circus-like atmosphere with Bowles possibly getting shown the door on Monday. And, of course, Rex Ryan coaching against his former team. All of that was avoided. John Wawrow joins us from the Associated Press. He covers the Buffalo Bills, and we welcome him to our show, Big Board Sports here in Albany. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Roger. Dysfunction, and maybe I've said this many times before on this show, prevails here in Orchard Park, New York.
Yes, it's reared its ugly head again. How surprised were you, John, at not so much of the firing, because a lot of people thought that he was going to get fired, but the timing of it?
I don't get any of this. I don't get any of this, and this certainly seems the smack of a power play, on behalf on the personnel department side, which Doug Whaley getting into Terry Pegula's ear and saying Rex Ryan has to go. The problem is, if you're gonna make the coaching move, I think you seriously have to look at a number of other moves to make, including the personnel side, and Doug Whaley's tenure, which really doesn't, which it's extremely inconsistent. This is not just Rex's fault. Yes, he had his issues. Yes, he made his mistakes, but Dick Duran got 3.5 years to coach the Bills. Rex Ryan didn't get 2. He got 15 games. I just don't get a team that preaches continuity. At least new ownership comes in preaching continuity, because saying that's what the team lacked under, in the previous 14 years under Ralph Wilson, and to switch coaches 2 years after hiring Rex. If that's not continuity. Well, it is continuity. It's continuing on what the predecessor had.
John, how much of this had to do with the timing of this? Had to do with who Rex wanted to start at quarterback on Sunday?
Well, I mean, if you're going to make I'm sure that had something to do with it. But it seems like the knives were out for Rex a month ago when it looked like the season was slipping away. But from my understanding, the front office has been trying to move away from Tyrod for 2 months now. So, but, excuse me, well, this whole thing just, the fact that Tyrod isn't starting on Sunday is a sure indication that the Bills are either going to try to move on from Tyrod and not pick up his contract extension, or try to restructure, the extension that they signed him to back in August. I don't know how likely that's going to be, or how willing Tyrod is going to be, knowing that he signed this deal in good faith in August, and now the Bills want to either tear it up or restructure it. He's going to get offers around the league. So the fact that E.J. Manuel is starting seems to be to protect Tyrod Taylor from getting injured and putting the Bills on the hook for the extension if he gets a long-term injury on Sunday.
John, is everybody else safe in the front office? I mean, okay, Rex is out. I mean, we've heard, and a lot of people have written and talked about, just clean house. Just get everybody out there, including Doug Whaley. Is the rest of that front office safe?
Well, the fact that the Bills put out a tweet yesterday afternoon that Doug Whaley is going to be conducting the search is a sure indication that Doug Whaley is in control and his job is safe. Let's keep in mind, even though the Pegulas hired Rex, Doug Whaley led that search in 2015. He's the one who did most of the interviewing, and the fact that Doug Whaley or the Bills are pushing Rex out at this point certainly can't reflect well on Doug Whaley, except for some reason he's now leading yet another search.
All right, who's next, John? I mean, I'm hearing Tom Coughlin's name, former Giants coach, come up. I know they interviewed him in the offseason about a consulting position, and it didn't work out. Coughlin went to work for the NFL, but I know he's itching to coach again at, 70 years old. How about the who's in line to be the next head coach of the Buffalo Bills?
I really think we're going to see him on the sideline on Sunday. I think Anthony Lynn right now is the odds-on favorite. Yes, Coughlin would be. The Bills were interested in Coughlin to be a sort of football czar. It's square peg in a round hole the way this team is structured to bring Tom Coughlin as coach. Coughlin would want full authority over the team and roster, which would undercut Doug Whaley's authority. And with Doug Whaley running the search, I'm just not sure if he's prepared to do that.
All right. So, in your estimate right now, Anthony Lynn looks like the guy that they have the guy in place right now to be the next head coach.
Well, if the Bills, Doug Whaley wants to sell continuity to ownership, Anthony Lynn is stands for continuity in some ways because he's the one who's familiar with the offense, and has put together a great running attack, is most familiar with the team, and the only thing he's going to have, his biggest challenge would have to be bringing in a defensive coordinator to oversee this defense and work on that end. So if you want continuity, Anthony Lynn, at least to a certain degree, meets that goal.
Well, John, another year goes by, another year where the Bills don't make the playoffs, and now another year after 2 short years of Rex Ryan, they need a new coach. Beat goes on.
Oh, Roger, I think we'll be talking about this again next year.
John Wawrow, Associated Press, Buffalo Bills beat writer. Thanks for a few minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. All right, there you go. Buffalo Bills
Great.
Searching for that new coach. It could very well be Anthony Lynn. I personally would love to see Tom Coughlin get another shot at coaching in the NFL, whether it's Buffalo or he's also a candidate right now in Jacksonville. The numbers are off the charts again with Russell Westbrook. Again, and again. We'll tell you what those numbers were next on Big Board Sports on 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio.